Hello everyone, how you going? And welcome back to Nevertellmetheodds, or they might call it nearly impossible odds, whatever you want to call it. Welcome back to it. So this just happened. All right. Oh, a bit of golfing. I wonder where this is. Oh, where did it go? I hit it straight sideways. Wow, that's incredible. It sounded as though he cleanly hit it. And then he just looks around going, did anyone see that? No. Okay, sadly, I have it on film though, because I was filming my technique. But that is incredible. He must have had so much side angle on that club, or maybe he's just hit it with the outside tip of the club, but I don't know. But how do you make it go sideways like that? You got the entire swing coming through and you made it go 90 degrees to the direction of your swing. That's kind of just impressive, really. So yeah, you can definitely see why he's excited. Where's his face? I want to see his face. That face right there. Look how excited he is. Like, did you guys see that? Oh, you couldn't do that if you tried. Was cutting down a tree at a golf course and found a golf ball wedged in it. Whoa, actually, wow, that's 2 golf in a row, but that is incredible. The fact that you actually sliced it through the golf ball. Maybe the guy from the last post was standing right next to the tree, went for the swing, dunk, and hit it straight sideways into the tree. He couldn't find it. It got wedged that hard into the tree trunk. But it's not even just the fact that it's like, I saw this in the tree. The fact that you cut through it, because otherwise you wouldn't have seen it. Trees are incredible how they can just grow around stuff, and you put something in the way, they'll grow through a fence and whatnot. Just everything about that is so cool. I wonder, you could calculate how many years old the tree was and how many years ago it was that golf ball got wedged in there. And it could have sat there for another 100 years if it didn't get chopped down, but anyway, this is one of my favorite subs because you just go, wow, that's so cool. And it's just so often little things that don't really mean anything, but you could just go, whoa, the chances, or what are the odds of that happening? That's just really cool. This is incredible. Someone found a bottle of Mountain Dew from 1992 that would have won a brand new Super Nintendo. Oh my goodness. See, I feel as though you just don't see that anymore. Obviously, every big company does this, like Macca's has the monopoly, but I've never actually heard of someone winning it. That chances are. And so for you to find this old Mountain Dew bottle that it looks like you've just dug up from the ground, look how dirty it is. Yeah, that is some serious luck. Sadly, you probably can't cash that in. They don't just have that Super Nintendo that was meant to go to that person just sitting around anymore. I actually don't know. Obviously, the Super Nintendo was more than the Mountain Dew bottle back then, but I wonder if it's gone up in price since then. Is it a collector's item, or is it just kind of, it doesn't work, it's not good, we'll put it to the side? Because, it is objectively worse than all the new consoles. It just can't be. It's from, nearly 30 years ago. But just the nostalgic factor of some things just puts their inflation rate through the roof. People pay big bucks for memories. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe with the new consoles coming out, you can go, hey, look, I found this token. Would you mind giving me one of the new ones instead? Or even just stick with the Nintendo and go for a Switch. That's not brand new, but it's still pretty new. It's newer than a Super Nintendo. This accident. I wonder what ad that's for. That's so random. I even love how I don't think I've ever actually seen kind of white chalk outline. But look, you can see that whatever this is, part of the bike maybe, and then the bike's been outlined. I've only ever seen that as being a movie thing, not an actual in real life thing. The only modern one I've ever seen is when they put all the little kind of witches hats everywhere with the numbers on them as all the different evidence pieces and all the different markers. I don't know where this is. Perhaps it's Korea or Japan, and maybe they still do it with, spray paint or chalk or whatever it may be. I imagine it's spray paint because it looks like it's just rained. But yeah, that is, the chances of that. Are they just making fun of the situation? Like, oh yeah, look at this thing. Or are they trying to draw attention to it, go, look guys. So really, this is almost this accidental Top Gear. Yeah, you don't have anything like doors opening to make different words, but still it's creating something. But no, in all seriousness, over the bike was alright, It seems like it could be, with a collision with a bus, it could be a pretty decent accident. Throwing a pearl randomly and hitting an ender crystal. Okay, going to the end, building terrain. Oh, that didn't look like the normal. I wonder if this isn't Java, this is Bedrock. Is he going to spot it straight through? No way. That's crazy. Oh my goodness. Oh, how do you do that? Oh my goodness. That is so unfortunate. It is Bedrock though. And that seemed like it was a speed run. Yeah, you got the speed run to kind of clock in the bottom left. 33 minutes and you're about to finish. That's pretty good, I'd say. I was a bit dubious as to why you were recording, and then I saw the timer, so that makes sense. Steve really does have a hell of an arm on him, doesn't he? For him to chuck that pearl all the way from the spawn platform, all the way up to one of the dragon's end crystals. That is, some of them were a bit low, but none of them were that low. He's got to really peg that thing. So I'm sorry, my friend, that your 34-minute time got done in like that, but hey, you got a decent video out of it, so maybe it's worth more than just a speed run. It's not going to break any world records. I'm sure you couldn't do that again if you tried with a no look, but hey, you can always go for the dragon again. Baseball gets stuck. Alright, wow, there's about 6 pixels in this entire image. Oh, whoa, that would be so freaky to have it ricochet off the bat and straight at your eyeball. Oh my goodness. I mean, maybe you'd be used to that kind of stuff, or at least semi-knowledgeable that you would definitely happen at some point in your career, but still, it would catch you off guard. You can definitely see why they wear all their protective gear and a helmet and whatnot. You know, to cop that to the eyeball, you'd break an eye socket. I have no idea if that was a fast ball or what type of ball that was, but either way, they're not slow. They're going to be doing some damage no matter what ball that gets pitched. It's going to hit you hard. I love at this end screen though, this guy's just kind of facing the complete other direction. He hasn't even seen what's happened. You know, this camera's followed the ball all the way and he's just completely swung around and the bat's just taking him all the way around. See, I almost think that should be out. He nicked the bat and the ball didn't touch the ground. It kind of got caught. The pitcher didn't catch it. But if you were skilled and fast enough to catch it with your helmet because you couldn't get your glove up there, I mean, it's a catch, isn't it? Not with your hands, but it didn't hit the ground, like I said. Either way, it's definitely unlikely for it to just hit the perfect angle where it can get lodged in the helmet. Oh my goodness. See, but the thing is, this sub is Never Tell Me the Odds, and I'm sure some mad baseball fan out there could tell the odds of this. They've analysed every pitch ever in the baseball, or at least a major baseball league or whatever, and they know how many balls have ever got stuck in the helmet eye socket, and they could tell you the stats. It would be probably next to zero, but hey, it's a stat, isn't it? If there's one thing in the world that gets odds, it's definitely sport. Of a pine tree landing directly on a fence post. Oh, wow. I mean, wow, that's one way to hammer your fence post into the ground. It's probably sunk a whole lot deeper than the rest of them. And also the fact that it's balanced there since then, like, it's one to hit it and land on it, but then to actually stay there. I guess the canopy is kind of supporting it, but still, when it hits, if you've ever seen a tree in slow motion, when it hit, they flex and they bounce and everything. So for it to land on that and just stick the landing on the top of a fence post, oh my goodness. I'm surprised this kind of event isn't in the wood chop. Every year at the Easter show, not that that happened this year, but every year at the Easter show, the wood chop tournament happens, and I'm surprised they don't have something like felling a tree onto a particular area, because those guys with the axe, you got speed cutting, you got speed axing and cutting down trees, but no precision in this kind of way. You know, if you need to be able to fell a tree perfectly between other things or a house and stuff, that would be a way, that's a skill in itself. And I don't know if they'd be able to get an entire tree, but they get some pretty big logs up there. So Easter show, come on, wood chop, come on. You need to add something like this into it. Who can fell a tree straight onto a post, and if you stick the landing, oh, you immediately won, basically. I'd watch that any day. The wood chop's fun to watch as it is, but then to watch someone actually stick the landing of a tree, ooh, I could do that all day. That'd be so much fun. Went to take a picture of a rainbow and lightning struck at the same time. Wow. That's two things I wouldn't expect to see. I guess it makes sense why you see them, you know, with rainbows being generally around stormy times because of all the humidity and water in the air, and then lightning coming from the storm clouds, but still it doesn't look like it's too dark up there. It's almost too Photoshop layers, or because you're inside your car, it's reflecting off the glass or something. It just looks all wrong. Really, this is just nature's version of, I don't know really what it is, but Arnie's strong bicep, when the two hands and the big biceps are collapsing together. You know, you've got rainbows of lightning, nature's two kind of ways besides the sun and whatnot to produce light. And so, hey, you really did get the moment. The fact that you caught this on a phone or whatnot, that's even more impressive. And just everything about it, you know, the rainbow sweeps in from the left to the right, the lightning goes from top right to bottom left, they cross over. So it's just a really cool photo. So I'm feeling a little bit skeptical about it with a bit of Photoshop, but no, I can believe that it's real. I think the odds of this one though are pretty darn unlikely, so good luck trying to recreate that compared to some of the other ones on here. Not today, Death, I got things to do. Oh no, not trains. Oh my goodness, oh my goodness, what just happened? What did I just witness? That man did not give any care to anything, to himself, to train coming, to anything. He was just walking across. He knew his timing. It was like Barry Allen, perfectly timed. He could have moved at the speed of light at any moment, but he was seeing in microseconds and able to just calculate that he was going to clear it. I wonder if the train saw it and tried to brake, or man, it's not like it can slow down that much, but if it saw him from a while away, maybe it could do something. You know, every little bit counts when it's that close. And I just love how no one else seems to care. Look, everyone's just walking around. No one seems to care. No one even noticed that this guy just walked in front of a train that's only 20 meters away. It almost looks as though, where is it? Right at the end. It looks as though he does a little hop, skip, and a jump to get over it. But it almost looks like the air pressure from in front of the train pushes him along. Oh man, hopefully that isn't his daily commute, or at least his daily, what he does on his daily, because you really are cutting it a bit close if you're doing that every day. But yeah, no one should be doing this. No one should be cutting it that close to anything, let alone a train. Oh my goodness, that is so unrecommended. Do not cross tracks. There is a reason you don't cross the tracks, because trains are big and heavy and cannot stop. and they will not stop. Don't be like this man, except if you're trying to go for his luck. Cha-cha. Ooh, got some, I don't know what it is, Forza, or got a racing game, okay. Oh, yeah. Oh, uses the crest to overtake. Imagine if that was done in real life. That'd be the most highlighted moment in car racing ever. Look at that. He comes from the back of the pack to the front like nothing. Everyone else brakes so they don't have this happen. I mean, it's pretty lucky that there was a gap there, because if he'd hit on a car, I don't know what would have happened in this game. I imagine there's collision on, but still, the amount of times, let's say in GTA, where you just landed and you hit someone else and everyone else is screwed there. But yeah, to go from the back of the pack to the front of the pack, he kept so much speed. That's the kind of thing you see, and then the finish line is just around the corner. The person at the back of the pack has just been cruising along. You're about to win. You're this white car. Where is it? This car, one of these cars here, that's you right there. You've been first place the entire game, contesting with these other cars the whole time, and then from the back of the pack, this guy just comes up and flies past you, and you go, what am I meant to do about that? This guy got hacks, or he just got luck? What's going on here? Does the game just hate me? But man, everything about that, as the driver, you just go, oh yeah, that was all skill. I calculated it. I knew where everyone was. I accelerated at the exact right time to get the exact speed to go over the crest and land at that spot. And everyone else go, yeah, sure, mate. Come on now. We know what just happened. Even though you won, we'll give it to you. It was a cool moment. But it's not skill. That was all luck. And I guess that's why it's on this sub, you know. Never Tell Me the Odds is also just luck and random things happening. So that's when you just have to be like, all right, that was my last game. Shutting it off now, not playing again, finishing on a high note, because there's no way I can top that. Man almost cops it by a sheet of falling glass. Oh no, is he going to fall off a building or something? What? What even? How did that not demolish him? I didn't expect it to hit him. Oh my goodness. And he's completely fine. Look, his headwear got knocked off, and he stands up and he's completely fine. I mean, you'd be shocked out of your skin. But he just stands up and he's all good. He would seem completely injured. Wow. I think we found Superman in the making. He's not quite Superman because he did get knocked over, but he was just completely unharmed. I wonder if that fell from a crane or if that fell from a building. I was literally thinking about it earlier today. How do you install these massive glass panels on the top of, let's say, the Burj? How do you install those massive panels? They would have to be so thick. And the suction cups, or however you're lifting it, imagine if that fails and you drop, I don't know, a 300, 400, 500, whatever 100 kilo piece of glass, 600 meters. It's crazy. I do not understand how you put glass on the outside of a building. I think this is the most insane thing I've ever seen. And then the fact that it knocked him to our left, and then the glass went to the right and shattered. Everything about this, he was completely unharmed. See, this is when people say, oh, go buy a lottery ticket. But I don't know. Did you just use up all your luck? That's the other argument. That is just more than Never Tell Me the Odds. That is just unbelievable. Hey boss, you won't believe this, but I didn't go to work today because a cat fell on my head, then a dog with shoe tried to do me justice. What is this title? Okay, I always love security camera. That guy there. What? Oh, the dog with shoes. Where did he come from? Is the dog going after the cat, or it is? What is going on? These two are just good mates, and they just decided to do this to this poor guy. See, and that guy had a cat jump on him from a tree, and he collapsed down. And the last guy had a piece of glass fall on him from the sky, and he was better than this guy. That was a targeted attack by that cat. He literally did the dirty deed and sprinted off. And this noble furry steed came up to check if everything was alright and did their detective work and found the cat. I wonder if there was two cats fighting up above and he fell out of the tree, or what happened there, because cats are generally pretty good at keeping up in trees when they want to be. You know, the classic firefighter thing of, oh, the cat's up in the tree, can you come get it down, please? I want to know more about what happened to that guy, though. We never saw him again. It was as though he just got completely taken out by the cat. I'm sure you'd be alright, but you'd be in such a shock that you'd go, oh my goodness, what just happened to me? See, perfect example of cats versus dogs. One's trying to off you, and one's trying to help you out. When your face mask protects you from a virus. Oh, we're at the bottle of... Oh, what? What did we just witness? I got the title now. I don't know if it actually is the right beer, but it is certainly funny. See, it's not even a face mask, I don't think. I think it's a face shield. Look there. It's a face shield, not even a face mask. It completely copped the exploded bottle to the face. but he seems completely fine. The face shield completely took the entire blow for him. That beard just did not want to stay. Oh my goodness, look at it. It just completely fell out of the packet and just rocketed it towards his face. It didn't even look as though it smashed or anything either, so that's pretty impressive as well. Everything about this just lined up perfectly. That guy's certainly buying quite a few, so now he's down one, but hey, for this, you'd be like, whoa, what did I just witness? Are you alright, mate? So hey, at least this guy seems all good, you know, that's the whole point of the face mask. Like the title said, is it perfectly protected him. But hey, it could be worse. Watching a dust devil and a volcano erupts. Oh, that's actually a pretty decent size one. Because they range in so many different sizes. There you go. Yeah, you're just taking a film. Because we know what's going to happen. And then a volcano. Bang. Just in the background. This is just chilly and a nutshell, isn't it? Oh, wow. The shockwave that long after. And meanwhile, the little twisties just keeps going. It doesn't care about the volcano. In terms of the nature scale, it just got completely outclassed, but it doesn't care. It's showing. It's rocking what it's got. But yeah, like I was saying, this is just every other day in Chile and Argentina. I think Chile in particular being so volcanic. Right next to the city is just a big mountain. And oh yeah, there's just another volcano eruption. It's alright. One of the tens of thousands on that ring of fire over there. I think this one does beat the rainbow and lightning, sadly, in terms of the mother nature scales. You've got two things that happen a lot less than lightning and rainbows. Join the queue of things trying to get rid of humanity. So at least this sub has got the ranking of these posts correct. Landslide splits just before hitting a farm in Iceland. Happening this morning, no one got hurt. Well, that's good to know from the outset. Oh wow, look at that. That's a big landslide. You don't really get the scale of some landslides until you see them like this and you see them next to a house or a mountain. Because mountains can be so massive. You go, oh, that'd just be, I don't know, 5 meters across. That thing's what, 100, 200 meters across. But wow, that is very lucky. I wonder why it's split. Maybe there's just a little hump that they've built their house on or something, so it did want to go around. And that's the thing, landslides are so sudden and quick too, you wouldn't even see it coming before it would take you out if you're at home. You know, as beautiful as living in a mountain range might be, you gotta accept the reality of living there. There's big, sometimes unstable walls on every side of you. They might one day just decide they don't want to be up there anymore. They want to be a bit more grounded. But yeah, I'm glad that the post said no one got hurt, because that could have just completely wiped everything out. And of course, there's that one house that completely got spared, but those two other houses could have got wiped out as well if it was just a bit further over. So yeah, all in all, everyone's very lucky. Just in time. Ooh, at a bar. Oh, I almost missed that. That was so quick. He tossed a coaster directly under the can. You can see he didn't mean to do that because the bartender kind of looks back and points and goes, hey, I saw what I just did. Just the fact that he perfectly places the can down. I wonder if it hit his sleeve or something, but I don't think so. It doesn't look like it. It looks so just perfectly placed. And it looks so perfectly centered there. It's crazy. Look at that. It's not as though half the can got off it or something. No, he perfectly placed it in the center of the coaster. That's what I think is the most satisfying thing about it as well. Man, I could just watch this GIF over and over again. That is just, it's so nice to see. And hey, I guess this customer will probably from now on go, I think maybe I will use a coaster. Remember that one time when that guy tossed a coaster under my cup? Yeah, that reminds me, instead of putting my glass or beer or whatever I'm going to put on this counter, I'll grab a coaster to preserve it, eh? But hey, it made the night of all these people, and now we get to go wow to it, so all in all, it's just cool. Rugby player catches his own misconversion. Okay, I don't know where this is, maybe it's UK rugby or something. Oh, is he going to hit the post and catch it? Imagine if it was like a soccer penalty where you could just kind of kick it again and he didn't touch it with his hands, but he could just play on and then he ran and scored a try. Imagine that. That would make this post even more crazy. See, as much as this is cool, I think I personally love some of the other ones more than this one. This one with enough attempts, I reckon you could do again. These guys are pretty good, so if they just were to aim for that post, not that you would want to train to aim, but if you were to aim for the post, I'm sure you would at least one time, eventually, with enough time, get it to bounce back. But some of these other ones, you just go, you couldn't do that if you tried. You know, obviously in rugby's case, you have to score a try to be able to try this. But still, you could not do some of the other ones if you tried. And this guy was just very lucky, or unlucky, I guess, with his kick. But anyway, at least he noticed that it was coming back to him and he did catch it. Otherwise, this would be a very unsatisfying clip as it just went straight past his back. Missing the opportunity to be, what is it? I don't know, third on this sub or something? We would have never have had this. So we'll take what we can. What a close call. Hero Bird saves guy from $300 fine. Now, see, this one is always skeptical. If you do a little bit of a Google search, and if you've been on the internet for more than 3 seconds, I'm sure you would have seen something like this before. There's so many times where apparently birds have saved people from speed cameras getting you. I just always want to know what the reaction is. In Australia's case, let's say the RMS. Because, if the computer algorithm can't determine a number plate, I'm sure there'd have to be someone that it's determined to try and see what the number plate is. And so they'd get this photo and go, what am I meant to do with with it. I cannot see what this is. I mean, usually though, they do take 2 photos. So it should be able to see between the 2. I don't know if that's in everywhere in the world, but I know in Australia they take 2 because you see the double flash. I just want to know what the person looking at it goes, what am I meant to do with this? I cannot do anything with this photo. This person gets off. It's as simple as that. They cannot get them without the number plate. So yeah, I think you made a new best friend today, Mr. Mini. You know, that bird was looking out for you. You know, it was trying to test its speed against a car and it saw it was going a bit quick, so it just darted in front of the speed camera and took one to the team. Luckily, birds don't have demerit points. That's all I can say. And the top of Never Tell Me the Odds for the month is sniping a bug with a blow dart. Alright, whoa, that's a hell of a blow dart. Wow, what? Oh my goodness. Wait, did they... Oh, he hadn't shot it yet. I thought when they panned up before they shot something, I couldn't see what was going on. I mean, poor spider or bug or whatever it is, it was just hanging out and it was just on your ceiling, not bothering anyone, and you had to go and blow dart it. I mean, my goodness, is that a hell of a target to hit, but still, poor little guy was just hanging out. See, but unlike some of the other posts, this is luck, but also a lot of skill to be able to know that if that's what he was aiming for and be able to try and shoot the bug, to be able to judge that and everything. This guy was doing full calculations in his head, getting angle, trajectory, wind resistance, all of it, to be able to hit that bug. So yeah, I don't know, for me this one's like asking a professional archer to hit a bullseye. They may not do it, but at least that's what they were aiming for, so if they do it, it is a lot of skill. But some of the other posts on this, you could not do if you tried. And Never Tell Me the Odds, I feel as though it's a lot about just random things that don't involve skill or anything. They're just purely luck based. You could repeat this one if you had enough darts and bugs, I guess. But to repeat some of them, like the Volcano one, how are you going to repeat that? So I don't know, maybe I'm being too harsh and this guy's skill of hitting the bug is worth top of Never Tell Me Odds. But I would disagree with it. Maybe you guys disagree with me. But anyway, that's going to do it for Never Tell Me the Odds. Thank you for watching. If you did enjoy the video, don't forget to do the YouTube analytical things down below. Other than that, I've been posting a lot of these videos, so if you want to check some of the other ones out, there's some decent subreddits out there, and we've seen some decent posts. Or maybe you even want to consider subscribing so you don't miss another one in the future. But all in all, have a good one, and see ya.